Many people believe that buying or designing home theater is extremely easy. All you have to do is get a good projector screen and a surround sound setup, for which you also know there are a lot of options available online and offline which are giving you throwaway prices. But is that really what you're looking for? Do you really want only a good price home theater system, or do you want a good surround sound experience or an immersive experience? Well, if you agree with me that immersive experience is what you desire, then I am going to take you to one such cinema setup that we recently completed, which had multiple challenges, and yet we being we solved it for the client. One of the category of customers that we thoroughly enjoy working with are the ones who come with a very clean slate. उनका ऐसे नहीं रहता कि मुझे ये भी चाहिए, वो भी चाहिए, ये कैसे रहेगा, वो कैसे रहेगा, इसका प्राइस इतना महंगा क्यों है, ये सस्ता क्यों है. They know one thing. They want a pure cinema experience. Now, while doing or delivering for these kind of clients, we also want to surpass our own expectations and benchmark and try to go all out in doing something great and adding that value in their room. Now, looking at the room, you would understand that this room is no easy brainer, right? It requires a lot of patience, and also it tests our own design skills. So that is where the 2D design service comes to the rescue and helped us understand the right orientation for this room. Because the room is not an ideal rectangular room with a small narrow portion left at one side and one big opening on the other side. The most common confusion for us was to where to put screen. But the problem got solved when we found out the answer to it by understanding how many people do we want to accommodate in this room. Well, if 8-seater was something that the client had requested us to achieve, that was definitely not going to be possible with the narrow area being the sitting area. So that is when the orientation was decided and the screen size and the projector locations along with the speaker locations were finalized. Now the next part after finalizing the orientation and the configuration comes about selecting the brands and the products. Now in this case, because we knew that the customer was very specific about achieving a pure cinema experience, we obviously had shortlisted a couple of brands which could deliver that. And considering the age of the users, we knew that they do not want something which is going to be very sharp or high on their ears. They want something which is very soft and subtle. And that is when we settled for a brand called B&W, and the cinema series or the custom install series is what went right in this room, considering the acoustics and the placement options. Not just that, we also had one primary request from the customer that we do not want any speaker to be popping out from the wall, and that is where we decided to create these dummy columns to hide our surround speakers. Obviously the ceiling ones, the Atmos ones, are going to go into the false ceiling, but the surround ones which generally pop out from the wall, we managed to cover it by creating a dummy column to accommodate the speaker. Now acoustics in this room was also very crucial, because it has to be not very dark considering the kind of ambience that we wanted to achieve, but yet it need to have a good play of sound absorption and diffusion. Star lighting was also something which was essential, because today creating cinema rooms without star lighting is like running a home theater without an amplifier. Is that right? Speaking of amplifier, the amplifier which is running right into the heart of this AV room is the Denon AV-CX 4800H, which is a 9.2 channel and 11 channel processing AV receiver. Now we all know Denon 4800H is one of the powerful amplifiers or AV receivers in their category of segments, and it was ideal product for this room considering the choice of B&W speakers. Now the configuration is 7.1.2 with a future scope of adding 2 extra ceiling speakers and one more subwoofer. The subwoofer options were very complicated because we had to play around with the placement. So we created 2-3 placement options in this room, but the one that suited us the best was the one which is right in the middle of the room. Well, if this was about audio, let us also look at the video section. Now we all know that the world is moving towards laser projection. So hum kyun piche rahe? We also use a laser projector in this case, which is Epson LS12000B, which is a great projector as you all know, and the great review of the same you can check out here. The problem that we faced was with the screen. Now we all know that these zero-edge small bezel screens, when matching the borders, it becomes a little tedious, but that was a little confidential which we managed because we never want to disappoint the customers, and we ensured that this also gets resolved. Now if you want to listen to the entire experience of the sound and the picture live in action, well, let's head on to that. Well, creating home theater is not one person's job, and it definitely requires a lot of key points like electrical contractors, POP guys, the star lighting fellow, getting the carpet guys. Now, one thing that nobody wants to do is coordinate with multiple agencies, and that is where having a single point of contact, which is our project coordinator, definitely plays a very important role to manage multiple agencies. And that is what we did in this case as well, to ensure a very smooth delivery along with a transparent communication by creating a group. Now this is how we operate typically for most of our projects as well. And if you are interested in designing and getting such amazing home theater delivered for your requirements, well, head out to the link that is shared in the description as well as in the pinned comments. And for more such amazing setup tours as well as product reviews and tips and tricks, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. That's it from my end. I, Tanmay Mehta, your home cinema consultant or home theater wale bhaiya, will see you again in the next one. Thank you so much.